So this is the infamous Shady Lair.
Yes, a place of many opportunities. And in our case, it has just what we're looking for.
Right? But it is an evil place. You will not find a greater stronghold of crime, mindless brutality, and all kinds of lawlessness. We must guard our steps.
Mr. Greatheart? Why didn't we bring our mini transport? It might have been easier.
It might have been easier, but it would also draw too much attention. This is the place where Faith said her spies reported Warcraft's headquarters are.
Ah.
Besides, it is customary for invaders such as us to send in a few troops in a mini transport as their special forces.
Oh.
How many do they usually bring in, Paul?
Usually 4. They are always elite warriors, so they really don't need a lot to get the job done.
Ah, you're more knowledgeable about these things than I am.
Patience, my friend. In time you will learn. But until then, don't feel embarrassed.
Thanks, man.
Pardon my ignorance, but why would you be embarrassed?
Well, Paul here is younger than I am, and yet more skilled with his weapons and battle sense. I have a more refined and structured style. He is freer with his art.
I didn't understand half of what you said.
Oh, watch your step, SL. There's a loose rock.
Oh, thanks.
See, unlike Jehu, who comes from the city of good confidence, my family comes from an evil place, the town of LB, or Pound as we used to call it.
Charming.
Quite. LB stands for lawless brutality, the 2 main characteristics of our town. It was a rough neighborhood.
You lived in that town and still came out right?
Oh no, my parents lived on the outskirts. We moved to Shark's Cove when I was 15. Pound was invaded several times by various gangsters and bounty hunters.
Bounty hunters?
Of course, you know the type.
No, I don't.
Really? I'm surprised, since you had one of the most notable bounty hunters living in stupidity.
What?
We did?
Yes, William Warcraft.
Oh, him. Mother used to have problems with him. What does he do?
Well, like other bounty hunters, he captures fugitives for monetary reward, or bounty.
Ah, they do a valuable work.
That depends on who they're working for. Some of these hunters can be quite corrupt.
Aye, many of them work for the highest bidder, and will even turn on their former employees if it pays well. These are the ones we had in our town.
Oh.
And we had to learn how to get along with all of them.
A difficult task.
Indeed. Many a time my brothers and I got into scrapes with these villains through no fault of our own, and learned the valuable art of adapting.
Meaning?
Meaning that we would not stick to one style of combat. We used all of them while constantly adding to our collection.
I see. But tell me something. You married a Great Grace girl. She, well, Faith, seems to have more skill than her brother. No offense, Mr. Great Grace.
None taken.
Faith trained under Master Zomi. He has a deadly style, mostly because he's so short.
Yeah, at 4'5", you gotta create some advantage.
But she doesn't use his style. From the little I know about sword fighting, and the little I've seen, her style and his don't match.
True. He encourages his students to develop their own method based on the basic principles of the art.
That makes sense. Ow!
What?
These rocks are like nails.
They are? Oh, point taken.
Why are these stones so sharp? It's almost as if they were cut.
Yeah.
They were.
Huh?
They were placed here to hedge up the way for travelers that come here by horse. Though I must say it is quite effective for foot travelers.
I'll say.
But it is often referred to as Horsenail Ridge in keeping with its original purpose.
Fortunately, they end up ahead.
Phew.
That's good. Well, let's not wait here too long then.
So, tell us a bit more about yourself, Paul. Even I haven't heard the whole story yet.
Well, there isn't much to tell. I grew up just outside the town of Pound, experienced several changes of power, attended Shark's Cove, became a student instructor, married your sister.
Of course, you couldn't do any better.
True. Faith and I built our little refuge on the outskirts of Shark's Cove like my parents, and have lived normal lives that...
Normal?
Well, bouncing bad guys has been everyday life for us.
So you've got married and built your house like a bunker?
Not exactly, but I guess bunker is more or less accurate. Though we built it before we were married, just after we got engaged, in fact.
When were you engaged?
We were fairly young.
Yes.
By your tone, I sense that they were too young.
Perhaps we were. Others have said as much. But I never regretted the timing of our union.
How old were you?
16.
When you got married?
No, we got married at 18.
That's still young.
It was an arranged marriage. The only difference was that we actually wanted to be together. It's not that we were short on patience, but there were rumors about our close relationship. Some people believed it to be more physical than it actually was, and they, well, no need to clutter your mind with the details.
So it was physical?
Someone chanced to see them hugging, and a whole nest of rumors hatched, matched, and mated, while the truth was still evaluating its counterpart.
In other words, the rumors spread quicker than the truth.
Yeah, I got that.
So to avoid bringing shame to our king, they decided to get married and end the suspicion.
And it worked?
No. Faith was a little too liberal for the conservative community I grew up in, though she was perfectly balanced.
And still is.
Thank you. They caused many problems for us, which I believe Faith has already alluded to.
Yes, but I think she has sufficiently cleared her name.
We wish. It makes me angry to hear some of the things they say about my sister's way of raising their children.
Patience, brother. Truth wins out in the end.
I can only hope it will be soon.
True justice and peace cannot be known on this earth apart from Christ.
Then you would imply that those who criticize are outside of Christ because they judge incorrectly.
Bravely spoken. Abiding in Christ is a moment-by-moment experience which few understand fully.
If the truth be spoken, brother, I believe that it is an experience of progressive understanding.
Speak on.
Well, it is just like any relationship. Take you and me, for example. We can each hold our own in the field, but together we can put a city to flight. But we did not know this until we began to work together. And even then we did not know it until a situation arose in which we needed to work together in this way.
Well thought out.
So we don't even realize the full potential of our union with Christ until we need it most.
Nay, until we see that we need it most. We need it all the time, but rarely do we see our need.
Do you mean to say that we don't need him any more on this mission than in our daily interaction with each other?
That is exactly what I mean. Think on these things.
I will.
And more importantly, act upon them.
Your life will be much fuller when you realize your need of Christ and take him with you everywhere.
Everywhere?
Yes. Having Jesus as a constant companion benefits the Christian immeasurably. Not only does he become your strength in times of obvious trouble, but also the guide of your thoughts, and the streamliner, if that's a word, of all your business, your daily activities. Try him, and you will find that you will not regret it.
I shall.
I guess this is it.
Yes.
Remember, we are not only here to pick up supplies. Gather what intelligence you can while here.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Amos, come with me.
Yes, sir.
Come on, SL.
Right behind you, sir.
Let's see if we can't find anything to improve your shoes.
A new pair of shoes?
That might be